Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, at whatever time you're watching our show. My name is Laura Nowlin, and welcome to our show, Business Matters. Today, our sponsor is Prime IV Hydration and Wellness. A big shout out to them. Make sure you go get your vitamin fix with them. You can call them at 725-205-5284. They just opened up a new facility at 5785 Centennial Center Boulevard at space 160. And once again, we would also like to give a big shout out to See Us Now Staffing for partnering with us and being able to cover the fees of this show. If you would like to be a sponsor just like anybody else here, Prime IV or See Us Now Staffing, give us a call at 702-902-2448. And today I have a special guest here. We have the former mayor of North Las Vegas. We have John Lee here. So welcome. Welcome to our show. Thank you for taking time out of your busy
No,
schedule.
I think this is what makes me happy in life is to be around people like you that are doing great things for other people. So I appreciate being here.
No, we love showcasing small
Hmm.
businesses, small business minded people. I know that you're an entrepreneur,
Yes,
right?
that's right.
So first a bit, let's start. Where was John born? Where were
Oh,
you born?
that's a good question. So I was born in Middlesex, England. My father was American,
Mm-hmm.
but he was transferred there for United States Air Force, and we have Air Force bases around the world.
Yeah.
So I was born there, and then at 4 years old, we moved to Roswell, New Mexico, beautiful country.
Mm-hmm.
And then we moved out to Mercury out here by the test site. So my father was kind of like a spy, but logistics, you have to get things to certain places.
Yeah.
And that brought us out to Las Vegas. And when he finally retired, he said, "Where would you like to go? We can go back to Florida, where I'm from, Montana, where your mother's from, or we can stay here." We love Las Vegas.
Oh,
Me
awesome.
and my two sisters voted for Las Vegas.
Okay,
So
great.
good town.
And so then you met your wife here in Las Vegas
My
then?
wife's a St. George native. Yeah, we
Okay,
went on a
St. George.
blind date here in Las Vegas, and I was like 17 years old. I'd never had a girlfriend. I played sports and
Mhm.
and stuff, and I saw her and I just felt so wonderful inside. I just knew I was supposed to marry her. I don't know why I say that to you,
Yeah.
but she was the girl that
Mhm.
was right for me. And so we've got 7 children,
Wow, big family.
30 natural children, 31 grandchildren, two great grandchildren, and we've been married 50 years, happily married.
Did you guys hear that? 50 years. 50 years. A loyal man. Right?
Well, a
Yes.
great woman.
And a great woman. Yes. And
Yeah,
big family.
big family.
So now, how did you support seven
Ah,
kids?
so
That's a
when
lot
I
of kids.
this is kind of and it starts out sad a little bit. When I
Mhm.
graduated from Rancho High School in 1973, and I found the woman I wanted to marry, the only job I knew how to do, I wasted my high school years. I just got through it. I
Okay.
didn't try.
Mhm.
And I was a dishwasher at the Silver Nugget Hotel. And you just can't raise a family and have a life being a dishwasher. Take advantage of your education when it's free.
Mhm.
And from there, I started digging ditches for a plumbing company. And I said, hey, I like construction. I was a big, strong guy.
Mhm.
And eventually, I became a journeyman plumber. Very good pay, very
Yeah.
good trade.
Right.
Then I became a master plumber. And then I bought my own company from a guy. I bought his company and I expanded it. So I've always been a small business owner. I love the small business community. And I think everybody should have an opportunity to try to do their own business. It's a wonderful experience.
No. So it's awesome to see individuals that pretty much you were almost born here.
Yeah.
A lot of years here in our city. And so your roots are here,
Oh, yes.
right? And so you've been able to see it truly grow. Because I remember when my sister moved out here and I was in California and we would drive in, we would see a small little amount of lights,
That's
right?
right.
And every year it just kept growing and growing and growing. And now Las Vegas is huge.
Yeah, it's a premier city in the world now. There's no
Mhm.
doubt about it. And I think we're all lucky to live here. The weather's great. The opportunities are here. Since I was mayor of North Las Vegas, we built up so many more manufacturing jobs.
Right.
You can actually make a great living in North Las Vegas now. When I grew up here, it was just gaming, tourism, and hospitality,
Mhm.
construction, and the Air Force. We all had to leave North Las Vegas to go to Las Vegas to go to work, and then we would come home to our community. Not anymore. Everything you need is North Las Vegas is here for your family to really do well in Nevada.
So what made you decide that you were going to run for mayor for
Ah.
North Las Vegas, at bankrupt city?
Yeah. Well, let me go a little step back before
Yeah.
that. I worked so much that I just got tired of working all the time and focusing just on money, just on work. I had great
Mhm.
employees. I got appointed to a couple city boards and county boards and, nonprofits you can join.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to give something somewhere else and not just make money.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I joined it, and I realized that we had some people that were elected officials who weren't very good, and I could do a better job than them. So I got elected to the state assembly for 6 years. Then I went to the state senate for 8 years, and I thought I was done after 14 years. My wife said, "Okay, you've given enough time to public service." But my little hometown in North Las Vegas was going to go into receivership. They were going to
Yes.
just give the charter back and go out of business. It had been
Mhm.
run so badly by so many people who didn't care about the people and didn't care about the city. I could have let my own little town fail, my own place that grew up, my high school and everything. So
Yeah.
I decided to run, and because of the business skills that I had and the resources that I knew I could use, we fixed North Las Vegas. We did a great job. It's a beautiful community now. It's the third largest city in the state of Nevada. It's financially independent and has a great future for the next 20 years here.
And I truly believe that you did a fabulous job
Mhm.
because you were an entrepreneur.
True.
You ran it like a business.
That's right.
So I believe that, as I sit there and I interview individuals that are running for certain positions, I first ask them, did you even take economics?
Mhm.
Right? Or do you understand the business community? And a lot of them will say, I do understand the business community. I want to support small business. And then I ask them, okay, so do you know who the SBA is? And they're like, who? So that tells me, no, you don't own a business.
Yeah.
You don't know who the Small Business Administration is. How truly are you going to be able to help the small business community? And I believe that that was one of your success stories because you understood business.
Well, I did. And I did never use the small business authority administration way back then. It wasn't as active
As
now.
it is now,
Yeah.
right? Hmm.
But you just get up every morning and you work your heart out for your family. Why not work your heart out for your own retirement? Why not work very hard to be financially independent and be able to help people? And so there's something in people such as I and such as a lot of people out there that say, I could do better than my boss. I like him, but I want to do something for me. Like, what about me? That's what I want to do. When I retire, what do I want my retirement to look like? So I love being small business. I've had other small businesses. I've had a company called Champion Tile and Marble. We had 80 tilers that worked for us. I started a limousine company one time, did well there. I was a data center called Switch. I was part of that. I've started banks with guys before, but all of it happened because I was a small business guy who was successful, and people will look to find you to bring you into other opportunities if you're honest and you work hard and you do what you say you're going to do. So I would encourage anyone that has those kind of values, think about starting your own business someday. Just don't jump into it,
Right.
but be prepared to, when the timing is right and the opportunity comes, to take advantage of it.
Now, and so tell me, what was it like for day one once you became the North Las Vegas mayor?
I remember I didn't sit at the mayor's desk. I just sat with my back against the wall looking at the office. I had not been there. And I go, okay, now that you're here, how are you going to do this before it's too late? And I immediately started looking at the positions that were available to be filled. Some of the people that were in the positions that they were there, they were the wrong people.
Wrong seat.
The people who get you into a challenge or a problem are never the people that can get you out of it, because they're so wedded to their thought, they can't change. So in my first year and a half, all the directors were gone, the police chief, fire chief, city manager, city attorney. We just went through and started rebuilding the city like a business. And wonderful people that were underneath some of the leadership that was there rose to the top, all believed in the city too. And it was a team effort. It wasn't just me. City council that was aggressive at supporting the city. We had wonderful elected officials in North Las Vegas, we still do, who care about the residents.
I remember being in the North Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce. when it
Oh,
was
that's a
existing,
long
right?
time
Yeah, it was a
ago.
long time ago.
Yeah,
And same thing, it actually ended up merging because everything was going under in
that's
the
right.
city. So I remember being an ambassador there. But I really do love the city of North Las Vegas. You made a lot of changes there. You made it easy for a small business
Mhm.
to open in the city of North Las Vegas. That's actually where
Yeah.
I ended up launching from, is in the city of North Las Vegas when I first started my staffing company.
We
So
built,
thank you.
but we built small business incubators. We put them in
Mhm.
Spanish and in English. We believe for a city to be successful, it has to have a thriving business community.
Right.
And no one's going to go out of their way to offer you a business. You have to start learning how to be in business, how to get along with the city, how to hire an accountant, how to get insurance for your business, how to get a good
Mhm.
banker, all the things that it takes to be strong in business. We teach that in North Las Vegas. Isaac Barone, Councilman Isaac Barone,
My
was the
friend.
chairman of this, and he was exceptional at bringing opportunities
Yes.
to our community.
So I had the opportunity to meet with you more than once when you were mayor. When we started Nevada Hispanic Business Group, you opened up, your facility to allow us to have our Buenos Dias event
yes,
there.
that's
I
right.
really enjoyed that. And then I also had the opportunity to meet with my pastor and meet with you about a project that we were trying to start in North Las Vegas with Calvary Chapel Meadow Mesa.
Ah,
Another thing that you need to know about John Lee is during COVID, you really fought for us. Calvary Chapel Meadow Mesas, most of the Calvary Chapels went into lawsuit with the state of Nevada because they were mandated to close. But I can tell you that ours, that's located in North Las Vegas, we were not part of that lawsuit because you made sure our
yeah,
doors stayed open. And I mean, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we had a food distribution bank. Somebody had to feed the people.
that's right.
We had Ferraris in line. We had
You did.
Lamborghinis in line. And what did you do? You sent one of your men out to go talk to me and said, how can we help you? How can we help you? Because we're going to be here every Tuesday and Thursday with you guys. You guys helped us with all of the vehicles. It
I
was
remember that.
vehicles everywhere. So I just want to say personally, thank you from the bottom of my heart for not closing us down, for fighting with us as a church. We needed to stay open. Somebody needed to help the people.
Yeah, without a doubt. A city is only as good as its community. And if you treat the community like they're not important, they're going to treat the government like it's not to be respected. So when our city, our schools, whatever, the senior centers, the libraries, whatever they needed support because of, there's a thing called the social contract that says if you become a city, you have an obligation, if people are paying you taxes, to give service to those cities.
Yes.
We don't cut the services off because of a governor who we didn't think was very good at that time. And we kept the city open. To be honest with you, I didn't get the COVID shot.
Neither did I.
I didn't make the firemen, the policemen, the employees to get it. It was up to them. I'm
Right.
not their boss, and they were very, very receptive to being treated like good human beings and participants in our city like they were.
Right. So that it was our body, our choice.
That's right.
Exactly.
And
Right.
it's their community, and their choice to live here, to be treated like that.
No, so I just, once again, I want to thank you for it. Same thing with us. We actually, because the city was so closed, right? Our state was so closed. I had to go and open up an office in Texas.
Ah,
After 30 days, we landed a national account with a logistics company because there's no such thing of closing the country down. You got to move product. So that same national company took us then to Plainfield, Indiana, to Phoenix, Arizona. We had never worked this hard in our lives before. So everywhere we were busy, if the people really wanted to work, we had to continue moving product around. And just like at the church, we had to continue giving out food
You
to the people because some of them couldn't afford to buy food anymore.
Oh, and
Right.
then the other thing is then they couldn't pay their water bill. They couldn't pay their sewer bill. And we worked with people on that too. We gave them periods of time that they didn't have to pay. You have to pay your bills. We couldn't make you pay and that person not pay.
Right,
You have
right.
to make people pay. But you can definitely work with people to get them through tough times. And we were able to do that too, to support our citizens.
Okay. Well, thank you. We're going to go to commercial and we'll be right back with Mayor John Lee. Introducing CS Now Staffing, led by yours truly, Laura Nowlin. As the founder and president, I bring over 17 years of expertise in sourcing for talent, building winning teams of professionals, marketing, and workforce development. At CS Now Staffing, we're not just a staffing agency. We're your strategic partner in building a winning team of professionals for your business. My passion for community service extends to connecting entrepreneurs with local resources. Recognized by the Small Business Administration as the 2022 Nevada Family-Owned Business of the Year, we're not just changing the workforce landscape, we're defining it. Well, welcome back to Business Matters with Laura Nowlin. And once again, I want to give a big shout out to one of our sponsors, Prime IV Hydration and Wellness. Their phone number is 725-205-5284. They just opened up a new location on Centennial at 5785 Centennial Center Boulevard, Space 160. And here I am with Mayor John Lee. And now, tell us what's next. What is next in your life right now, in your career?
If the wonderful people of North Las Vegas will go vote and we get them out, then I think that I'll be your next congressman.
Did you guys hear that?
We work very hard, and our community needs better representation in Washington. So the first thing you do, you go to a new orientation, and then you start your job as a congressman.
Mhm.
And I think you need to know what you're going to do when you get there. Like, so I'll tell the people what I want to do. I want to make sure the first thing we do is we honor the things that we've been told. We have been told there'll be no tax on tips.
Right.
We have been told there'll be
Mhm.
no tax on Social Security.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we have to make sure that they do that, you know, and there's no tax on overtime. If you're going to promise people those things, that has to be your directive. And we promised it in the Republican Party to do that.
Mhm.
I think the next thing you need to do is you figure out what committees you're going to go on. You start learning those issues. But we have public land issues in Nevada we need to work on immediately. We have energy issues that we need to work on. We need to start using our own natural resources. We need to show the world that we're a different country now with a stronger leader. And then set up how we're going to, for the next 2 years, accomplish these goals to stop this rampant destruction of our country, and to be able to start getting back to where we have been in the past. It took 8 years when Obama was president to kind of get this woke world. And in some ways, he hurt America. It took 3.5 years, 4 years for Trump to kind of fix it just a little bit. We had a great economy.
Mhm.
Then we get Joe Biden in there. It was like, as soon as he got in there, he started tearing everything apart.
Right.
So he started destroying. The first 2 years, we were back where we were with Obama. If we can get Trump in there right now, I believe if you can destroy a country almost in 4 years, you can fix a country. But if Miss Harris gets in there, I think our country is going to go in the worst shape it's ever been. And we need to protect this country. We need to protect this for our children, for our future. America is in right now a perilous situation in the world, and we need leadership.
And so then you're running for a Congress seat for its Congressional District 4.
Yes, four.
Okay, so what does 4 cover?
Good question.
Mhm.
So if you're familiar with the map of Nevada, Lincoln County, it's got Alamo, Pioche, Panaca, and those little communities up there. It's got all of North Las Vegas from all the way to Sahara, and it goes up, and then it goes catches all of Nye County in Pahrump area. Then it catches Esmeralda County, Mineral County, and a little bit of Lyon County. So it's a lot of ranching, farming, mining, and then the diversity of small businesses in Southern Nevada and in North Las Vegas. So it's a great district. It's got wonderful people, all working people.
Right. And then when you being a former mayor of North Las Vegas, I would think that you're already comfortable. You've already been moving in that
Yeah.
space. You've already been working in that space. So it shouldn't be difficult, I think.
No, I think you're right, because I know all the city council
Yeah.
people. They do their job. I don't try to tell now that I'm mayor how to do their job, but we have a great relationship with them. I respect them. I trust them. I've met all the county commissioners almost in every county in the city. I've spent a lot of times already in the rurals working with people. I think we're ready to go to Washington and finally put some effort into what the city needs and what the state needs in our rural communities. I'm looking forward to it.
Good. And I know you have a good relationship also with our Lieutenant Governor Stavros,
Yes.
and then our Governor Lombardo.
Wonderful. Governor Lombardo, I knew him and he was sheriff and I was
Mhm.
mayor. We got along great. He called me up after I left the mayor's position and said, John, we need you to stay involved. Don't move out of the state. Would you stay here and help us in
Yeah.
Southern Nevada? And I said, Joe, it's October of last year. I go, it's so early. I want to take my wife on a little vacation. I'm tired, but let me come back. So I come back and I get a phone call again, and I talk to my wife. We had nothing better to do with our lives than to support what the governor was trying to accomplish in this
Right.
state. He needs our help. We need the legislature to act accordingly so that we don't become California. He's got 75 vetoes. We don't need that. And so then President Trump called me, and he also endorsed me. And then Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, called me, and he endorsed me. I think I'm the only person, I know I'm the only person in Nevada that's got everybody's endorsement.
Mhm.
It's just a matter of getting elected and getting to Washington and accomplishing the goals that everybody in Nevada knows we need to do, and I'm willing to do that.
Another thing that I really liked about you was that when you were mayor, it didn't matter what party anyone belonged to. When they came to you, it was like, what are you doing for the city?
Yep.
And how can I help you get that accomplished? I love that.
Yeah.
Why can't more politicians
I don't know.
do that? I mean, at the end of the day, once you get elected and you're put in a position, you're representing everyone, not just your party.
No, but some people even look at, well, you didn't donate my last campaign. I'm not helping you.
Right.
I think you have to put all that aside and realize
Mhm.
you work for the people. It is
Exactly.
a gift that they've given you
Mhm.
to do what you can to help them in raising their families and charter schools and all the very, very important things that a community
Yeah.
needs. So I've never had an ego. I could
Mhm.
care less about who's got more money or who does nicer car. It doesn't really matter to me.
Right.
I just want to make sure that I'm doing the best job that I can. And my mother and father, though they're passed away now, would be proud of me, so I'm happy to be a public servant.
No, good. You're doing a fabulous job, believe me. I wish more people that were running in these positions would
Yeah.
dedicate give as much dedication as to our community like you have and
Thank
your
you.
wife and your family. But I want to know what it felt like to getting that call from Trump and getting his endorsement. What was that like?
So I'm sitting in a meeting with a couple people, and all of a sudden my phone rings and it says South Dakota, and I'm thinking, oh, this is one of those calls that you don't want to take.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I just hit accept. I said, let me get this real quick, and I hit accept, and it was this gentleman with the South Dakota phone says, I forget his name. I'm sitting here with President Trump. Will you take a moment and talk to him? I said, I had it on speakerphone.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be kidding me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll talk to him because I could tell if it was his voice or not. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
Let me
yes.
just check this out. And he gets on the phone, and we have a great conversation. I can tell you this about President Trump. Even though we on TV, the way he acts and he does and he excites people, when you talk to him in person, he's just like you and I.
Oh, I know.
He knows the issues. He knows where he wants to go. He speaks at a level that you can understand that he's serious. And we had quite a good conversation. He asked me about some races in Nevada, different people, what my opinion of was, because he knew I had a lot of experience here.
Yeah.
And I was very, very happy. He asked me one question right when we first started, and I didn't hear it. And I had him repeat it. And I said, President, I'm just so sorry. I just want to kiss you right now. I wasn't even listening to what you were saying. It is such a blessing to have the future president of the United States tell you, I would like to do business with you in Nevada. Would you consider running, and I'll endorse you? He says, no, I'm 248 endorsements and I've only lost one. You're not going to lose, are you? I go, no, I'm going to win.
That's right. That's
So-
right. So when Trump was first running and campaigning on his first, for the first term, I didn't like him.
Yeah.
I actually got interviewed on a radio station and told them exactly why I was not voting for this man. Let me tell you, I kept hearing in the church, as I'm hearing service, I take notes. I'm a note taker. And so I'm writing down Trump, Trump, Trump. Finally, I go to my pastor and I said, can you please tell me why you keep saying Trump? He goes, what are you talking about? I'm not saying Trump.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is a conversation with the Holy Spirit then. I need to have this conversation somewhere else, right? And so for months, I kept hearing the Holy Spirit telling me that Trump
agree.
was going to win. He had me in the book of Revelations. And then one day I get a call. Hey, Laura, would you like to meet Trump? I go, are you kidding me? Yeah, I would love to.
Wow.
So-
Seriously.
There was about 18 of us. at Trump Towers. So there's going to be an event. You're going to meet everybody who's running his campaign here locally. And then after that, you're going to be guided into a different room. But we can't have you tell anybody that you're doing this. And so I did that. And there was about 18 of us. And when he walked into the room, he took time to shake our hand, to look us in our eyes, make that connection to get to know us. And then he sat down, and the way the table set up was, there was a bunch of media. So then that way they can capture what they were going to capture. So then Trump started saying a few words. And then at the end, he tells the media, get out now, because now I'm going to have real conversation with them.
Yeah.
He kicked the media out.
I get you. Well, there's actually another young lady in our community, Linda Fornos. She spoke at a Trump event. She was one of 3 speakers. Did a fabulous job. They were so excited about her that they brought her back to Washington to the National Convention, and she spoke there too. So we have a lot of Hispanic leaders in our community that are recognized, and with talents such as yours, and him on our side, our families will do a lot better.
Definitely. He took the time to get to know us. He took the time in that room to connect with each of us and asking us, what can I do for you and what you're doing in the community? And every time someone responded, it was a man of action.
Yep.
It was like, can you do this? I need you to do this.
That's
and
right.
Irma Aguirre, she asked Trump at the end of the conversation, after he went around the whole room with everyone, if he would come back and report back how he was doing with his campaign. And he'd do that at her restaurant. And he agreed. So then I got a call again. He's coming back. Can you meet us at the restaurant? But let me tell you, she ended up losing her restaurant, because it's okay for other people to be able to make their own decision as to what they want to do, and they have a voice. But it's amazing, if you don't agree with them, what happens? There was so much picketing at the restaurant. They completely took her restaurant down, where she had to close it down. And so it's sad to see that, because I believe I've interviewed Democrats, Republicans, independents, and I'm about people. Whether it didn't matter your party, I got to see your work. That speaks volume for it.
Laura, you are going to be a target in the future if Harris wins, because the people of faith in this country are going to be attacked.
Oh, yes.
And so
I agree.
You'll notice it first in the Catholic Church, because they're the largest church, but eventually they will do whatever they can to destroy the ability. You could be at the drinking fountain where you work and say, I went to church Sunday, and somebody walks by and says, we're not allowed to talk about church here. You know what I mean? And start cutting off discussions and destroying people of faith in this community. So I think the Holy Ghost does talk to you.
Definitely. And so before we end up ending our conversation here, I want us to close with what's going to happen if we go full Democrat, right, in the Senate, in the congressional district. What's going to literally happen to our state? Because I think that we also need to open up our eyes there. We never want to be all Republican. We never want to be all Democrat. We want to have that balance.
I think that the way it looks right now, if you looked at what's going to happen, I think that we're going to have a majority, hopefully, in the Republican Party. But the opposition, let's say the Democrats, the independents, whoever on that side, they're going to have enough sway to keep balance working well. I don't think it makes sense to have such a big lead that you can destroy quickly a country in 4 years, like what happened in the last 12 years with Obama and Biden. And so I think that there's people getting elected right now, people such as you in the state legislature here. They're very cognizant of the fact that we're here to save the country. We're not here to figure out what our next political race is going to be. We have a mission, and that's to protect our nation from evil from within and evil from without.
How can someone get a hold of you, right? If they want to volunteer, if they want to donate, how can they help you?
Wonderful. John Lee for Congress. If you'd call up, we have people that answer the phone and let us know what you'd be interested in helping with. And we have a wonderful staff that will find a way to have you participate in what we're trying to change this country to be.
And one phone number that you can call is 702-358-1754. And you can talk to Linda there, and she'll be able to get you connected with John Lee's office. And then in closing, entrepreneurs, what advice would you give them?
Please This is the greatest country in the world. If you have the idea that you can run a business and be successful for your family, find other small business owners and learn from them. Talk to them. How do they get started? Get as much free information as you can before you just make a decision quickly. So anyway, take advantage of what we have in this valley with good leaders and good business owners, and then apply their principles.
Now, once again, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule
Thank
and
you,
being
Larry.
on our show.
Appreciate you, Laura.
God bless you guys. See you on the next one.